Hey, what's good, everybody? Today I'm joined here with
Shen.
Hey, let's go. Hey, what's good, everybody? Today I'm joined here with
Shen, aka the Gen Z collector on Instagram.
Awesome. What did you do and what did you play?
Yeah, so this weekend I played at the Next Level Gamers Den tournament. It was 6 rounds of Swiss and then a top 8, and I ended up taking first and coming home with an entire Brave package.
Sheesh. Holy crap. Hey, congrats, man. How's it feel?
Feels great.
It's great. I bet.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's what's up. Do you have any shout outs?
Yeah. So first shout out is to Ramiro and the UW Yu-Gi-Oh Club in general. I felt like they've really helped me out like in building the deck, and actually even like the night before, Ramiro gave me some like side deck tips that really came in clutch, and I guess you'll see later on in the video. Also another shout out to my friend Matthew, who lent me some of the Cyberse commons that I was missing, and also my friend Daniel, who also lent me some cards for the tournament, and I spent a lot of time like playtesting with me, so that practice really helped and came in clutch. Yeah. Then last shout out is, I guess, more of a plug for myself. So shout out to this playmat. It's the Dark Magician Girl getting hit with Nibiru. I'm planning to open up pre-sales of this mat on my Instagram page pretty soon. So hopefully by the time, hopefully by the time this video is posted, I'll have that like post up on Instagram. And then if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll make another post when the playmats are all ready and actual sales like open up too. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. And also, Eric's been kind enough to give away one of these mats here. So if you want to enter in the giveaway, make sure you be subscribed to the channel, drop a like on this video. Also, drop a comment down below to enter into the giveaway. I'll be announcing a winner for this giveaway about 2 weeks from now, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, Eric, let's see the list.
Yeah, so first off, we have the most important 3 cards: the Yugi token, the Joey token, and the Kaiba token. This deck makes a lot of tokens, so these cards come up basically every game.
For sure.
And of course, Yugi gives me that protagonist Heart of the Cards
that's
top
right.
deck. Yeah.
You gotta make sure you have the nice tokens for the brave stuff.
yeah, for sure. Next up, I have my hand trap lineup that carried me through the tournament. We got the 3 Ash, the 3 Ogre, the 3 Drool, the 3 Nib, the 1 Lancia, the 2 Veiler, and the 2 Imperms. Right now, this lineup is 17 hand traps. From most of the deck profiles for this deck I've seen, most people have been running around 18 hand traps, so I'm pretty close to like the typical ratio. Maybe I'll bump it up to like 18, but for at least the tournament, this hand trap lineup worked out for me. Next we got the Cyberse engine. Basically I maxed out on everything: 3 Gadget, 3 Dotscaper, and the 3 Firewalls. All of these cards are just your 1 card normal summon, DP, Cyclock, so pretty strong 1 card combo. Bit susceptible to hand traps, but you can play around it depending on the other cards in your hand, and of course the Brave engine just eats up a hand trap. So that's actually the next set of cards. We got the 4 copies of Water Enchantress, then the 3 copies of Right, the 1 Fateful, 1 Dracoback, and 1 Griffin Rider. For a while I was running the 2 Fateful Adventure. I still think 2 Fateful Adventure is good. I just couldn't find the space with everything else. So unfortunately, I had to cut the 2nd Fateful Adventure. But yeah, this engine, it's just cracked. It just does like everything for you. They're all like 1 card combos. You have 7 starters, and then even Fateful is can be a more suboptimal starter that just gets you a body. So yeah. Next up, we have the 2 Small World. This card didn't really come up in the tournament. I think I resolved it like once, and then I sent it to as cost for Golden Lord a few times. I'm not sure if I will be keeping the 2 Small Worlds, but everything in the deck does like bridge to everything, because your hand traps just give you a bridge to like any Cyberse starter or the water. So this deck like feels really powerful when you open both Cyberse and the Brave. And Small World, it's not a 1-card combo because you do need the other card to pitch, but it can just bridge you into whichever engine you're missing.
Right, definitely more consistency, right?
Yeah, just in a way more like adventure and more Cyberse names, because in a way it's like I have like 6 copies of Water Enchantress, or like 11 copies of like the Cyber starters. Yeah, next up, I have 5 copies of Souls. The prep plays really hard into Ash, Bell, and Drool, but I still think the prep is correct over the last Souls. I've seen like a lot of profiles with the 3 Souls over the prep, but I think it just feels really bad when you open like 2 copies of Souls, and when you have like 5 copies of Souls, there are a good number of games where you open like 2 copies of Souls, but if one of the copies is prep, it doesn't feel as bad because you just send the prep for the Souls, and then it doesn't kind of brick your hand as hard. And then for the Eldlich engine, I have 1 Golden Lord, 3 Cursed Eldlands, 2 Sanguine, 2 Conch, and 1 Hack. For the Golden Lord, I think 1 is the correct ratio. You don't really want to run 2, in my opinion, because you never really want to see this card in your hand. Whenever this card's in your hand, Sanguine can only summon him from grave and deck. So when he's in your hand, if you can't get him into the grave somehow, it just kills the rest of your engine, and it kind of bricks your hand too. If the Golden Lord does somehow get like called by or crowed or something, then you just kind of take the loss there. But I do think the 1 Eldlich is correct. In terms of the traps, I run like a smaller Eldlich trap package than like most of the other decks, because I think of the 3 engines, the Eldlich engine is probably like the weakest in this format, because the format's pretty fast and Eldlich is kind of a slow engine. And yeah, I think with this ratio, you see Eldlich enough in your opening hands, but you don't see too much Eldlich in your opening hands. If I did make a change to this Eldlich lineup, it'd probably be to bump the hack up to 2, because there's just a lot of things right now in graveyard that you really want to kind of banish. And there was one game where having a second like hack to get rid of something else in the graveyard would have come up. So I might like bump this up to 2, but aside from that, I think 2 Sanguine, 2 Conch is good, and the 1 Golden Lord is correct. And then we got the DP engine, the 2 Fusion Destinies, and the 2 bricks. This Fusion Destiny used to be Ramiro's Fusion Destiny, actually. So yeah, this Fusion Destiny, it's got like years and years of hero play into it. So I call this my lucky Fusion Destiny. Yeah, gives me the top deck luck.
Ramiro bumped up to the OT, huh?
yeah. Ramiro bumped up to the ulti, and I took his old stuff. And then the 1 Scythe to Scythe lock your opponent, of course. And the 3 crossouts in the main deck. I'm personally really scared of Nib, so I like just having the crossout in my opening hand for the games where I don't open the Brave engine. It's just another option to stop the nib or any other like hand trap that could be like really devastating. It also is a really good like going first card in general, because in this format there's just so much brave. If you go first and you don't cross out like a high impact hand trap, you can always set the cross out, and then when they try to go right, since you're just running so many of like the good cards that overlap with the other decks, you can cross out their right. And then it's a pretty big like swing in tempo.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You could also cross out Fusion Destiny too.
Yeah. And then for the extra deck, we have the 1 Disciple, 2 Devotee for the Cyberse cards. That's pretty standard. And then the 1 Dagda to Scythe Lock your opponent through the 1 card Cyberse like Scythe Lock combo. And then I'm running the 2 Anaconda. This just lets you play through nib basically. So you bring out the Anaconda, and then if your opponent knows your deck, they'll typically like nib you on the Anaconda summon. And then if you have the souls or some kind of extender, you can just make the 2nd Anaconda and then still DP Scythe through nib with the 2 Anaconda. And sometimes that just catches like people off guard. It never like came up in the tournament, but it's a good option to have still. The 1 DP, of course. And then the Nightmare package, Phoenix and Unicorn. The Unicorn actually came up against in top 8 because it's just nice to have like an out to cards that isn't destruction. And in the first round of top 8, I played against like Unchained, so having the out to like a card without destroying it was just really good. And then the Phoenix, if you're going second and you want to like clear some of their back row, you can go into the Phoenix as part of your 1 card Cyberse combo, and then since it'll be co-linked to the Disciple, you'll get the draw, so you don't lose a card in hand anyways, and you get to clear a board, and then you can still keep going into your typical like Anaconda play.
Yeah.
The 1 Link Rebo, this card's like, this card's good because it lets you play into Imperm. So if you open like a Cyberse and a Souls, you make this card as part of the combo, and that way if they have the Imperm for your Anaconda, this lets you play through it and do the Scythe Lock through it. 1 Spider, just to link away the token. And then both Charmers, Light and Dark. These cards are just both like really cracked, especially Dark. Just takes away so much, and if your opponent destroys them, this one searches you Gadget, this one searches you Souls, so the searches are good. The 1 Celine, it just makes access code, which is the last card. Yeah, so this card's purpose, it just make access code. Yeah.
For sure. It's also good to know too that these will actually get you into your Celine as well, since they're both spellcasters.
Yeah, if you can ever make like either of these and there's a target, it's just an automatic like access code play from there. And then for the side deck, we have my three going first cards, 1 Called By and 2 Triple T. The 1 Called By was actually like Ramiro's suggestion to help me like potentially sack a game against like Shifter. I did open it in a game against Flender, but the Flender guy didn't open Shifter, so it didn't really end up doing anything against that Flender guy. But if he did open Shifter, I would this card would have been like really clutch. Yeah.
How was the tactics?
The tactics was like really good. Yeah. Against in the top 8 against Unchained, the tactics forced out a super poly because I was able to take his monster, and then it just forced super poly. This card's like, I think this card's insane because I think it'll age like Max C in a way, because I think as Yu-Gi-Oh like ages, hand trapping during like main phase will become like more and more important. And if this card is live, then this card's just like really busted. And people's like argument against it is sometimes it's not live because your opponent doesn't like use monster effects. But in a lot of games, if your opponent doesn't have a hand trap or like a monster effect to kind of interrupt you, that just means they lose. So it's like the argument against Max C that people used to make, where they said Max C isn't good because if you use it, it's just a -1 if your opponent doesn't special summon, right? But then, yeah, if your opponent doesn't special summon, that typically means they just lose anyways.
Fair.
Yeah. And then I'm running the 3 Dark Ruler no more. I'm not sure if this should be Droplet or Dark Ruler no more, but my playset of Droplets, I kind of wanted to move because of the reprint anyways. And there's like a really strong hero player in our local area anyways, so the Dark Ruler no more would be better if I played into him at the tournament. And so yeah, at least for Seattle locals, probably Dark Ruler no more is a bit better, just because of that that one hero player. The 3 Lightning Storm, the 3 evenly matched, and then the 2 Twin Twister and the 1 Duster rounds out the rest of the side deck. Yeah, so originally I was just running the 3 Storm and the 3 evenly, but at locals like the night before I lost against Eldlich and that kind of felt bad, and talking to like Ramiro about like the side deck, he also suggested bumping up the back row hate count, because overall this deck isn't like too scared of combo decks because we're just running so many hand traps in the main anyways. So having the extra back row removal really came in clutch, because in Swiss I played against 2 Eldlich players, so just being able to side in like a ton of cards against them always felt like really good. And yeah, that's it for the deck profile.
Alrighty. Thank you for that, Eric. Congrats again on your win.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe to Jim on YouTube and like the video. And
For sure.
yeah.
Hey, and make sure you guys enter into the giveaway. Make sure subscribe to the channel, like this video. Also, drop a comment down below to enter, okay? 2 weeks from now. Stay tuned, alright, guys? I'll see you in the next one. Peace.